Testing 1, 2. Hello, where could you get drugs around here? When I walked into the first theater, the guy said, you better be good. When I started, there were no comedy clubs. You either worked, there were the major nightclubs. You worked the Copa, you worked the Latin Quarter, you worked Chez Paris in Chicago, Mr. Kelly's, San Francisco, Bimbo. There was a tour, but there were no places to be bad. In order to be a good comic, you got to be a bad comic to start.
I had a drinking problem, and I screwed up the marriage the first time around. I am proud to say it's been 12 years since I had a drink, which has turned my whole life around, and it wasn't easy. I could have never done it without heroin, so everything works out, you know.
My father had a dancing studio in Brooklyn. He was sharp. He was wanted to go out and run and do. And my mother was a typical Jewish mother, overweight, sit and make flunking. So my father said, all I have is $5. I said, what's $5 going to do for me? He said, I think you're a bright kid. You're going to take drum lessons. And that way you're going to go to the Catskills every summer. You're going to get a free vacation every summer. Then you have to go to college. You'll play drums. You'll put yourself through college. Then you'll graduate college. You'll get a job. And you'll work weekends playing drums. I played every bar mitzvah, I think, in the whole city here. Up until I was 27, I thought all swans were made out of chopped liver.
Because 3 weeks ago, I did a concert with Paul Anka in Billings, Montana. You try doing this crap in Montana with those Fabicinas sitting there, with the crew cuts. You ever been to Montana? Squarest place in the world. In Montana, Velveeta cheese is in the gourmet section of the supermarket. In Montana.
When you're a comic, somebody will always come up to you and say to you, how much you want for 10 minutes? You know, so I said, well, we could work this out. I said, you want just 10 minutes? I said, okay. I said, do I have to wear a clean shirt? I mean, I have this shirt and yeah. I said, I have this jacket with milk stains on it and I have this pants with a tear. Can I wear that on stage? He says, no, you got to dress. I said, then it's the regular price. You never sit in your pants before you go on because you get wrinkles. Sonny Bono always used to do this to me. He said, you guys, Sonny was great. He used to suck his teeth. You guys will always wind up with everything. I said, why? I said, what's that? He said, the tuxedo on the hanger. You walk in, you do the show. I got to have costumes. I got to have bands. I got to listen to Cher. You don't crease the pants. The shoes are on. You don't crease the pants. You walk out looking neat. So I had a tuxedo, made to order tuxedo, the shoes, the Rolex watch, the diamond ring, the cufflinks. You know, the guy said to me, excuse me, waiter. That pissed me off, a waiter. Okay, yeah, what can I do for you? I'm not happy with this table. I said, how much you got? He said, I'll give you 50 for a better table. I said, all right, give me the 50. I take the 50. I leave him sitting there. I walk there. I go on stage. I say, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. He took my 50. We go on Michigan Avenue to the Bally Shoe Store. Rip Taylor, myself, Tom Melody, and this other guy, this Hawaiian guy. And he's a wacko, you know. And we're walking out. And all of a sudden, the police are at the door arresting us for shoplifting. And they arrest the guy. He had 2 pairs of socks in his pants. It was Pat Morita, you know, the Karate Kid, right before Karate Kid. He got us arrested for shoplifting socks. Yul Brynner in the Catskills Mountains? Unbelievable. Okay, now you got 3,000 people coming to see Yul Brynner. Major star. He shows up in a black shirt, black pants, black boots, handsome. You know, bald, looked like a movie star. He sits on the stool, takes out a balalaika, and he starts playing Russian folk songs. And these people are going, what is this? I pay for... And he came to see me at the Desert Inn. I was working with Tony Orlando. And he came backstage, and he walked up to me and said, you're a funny kid. And he handed me his bow tie. And whenever I go on stage in the tuxedo, I wear Jerry Lewis's bow tie. I only wanted to work with Sinatra, but he always used Pat Henry. When Pat died, other guys had a shot. Engelbert Humperdinck is the worst human being God ever put on this earth. I told Tom Jones. Tom Jones says, what was it like working with that asshole? They don't like each other. I said, well, when they sentenced John Gotti, they gave him a choice, life imprisonment or 2 weeks on the road with Humperdinck. He took life imprisonment. That was a nightclub thing. The singer, he's out there. I'm gonna do a song now, and you go like this, and it would open. It's not like a clip-on.
So we got married, divorced, and then we got remarried again. So I'm the only guy that I know that remarried his ex-wife. Well, people say to me, what's it like to remarry your ex-wife? You know what it's like? It's like breaking out of jail and then breaking back in. You know what I'm talking about?
I lived through probably the most exciting era in show business. But that's basically what you are when you open for a celebrity. You're Zippy the Chimp. They don't care who you are. You're there to kill time. Blah, 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 blah.